Question. Do you know what time of the month this is? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing this evening? Talk about that in a second. If you are brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a veteran viewer here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're just dropping by to say hello, hello, hope everybody's doing well. You know, I decided to do a special series every single night this week, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, about the bare bones skinny chicken time of the month, which is exactly about right now. However, these amazing rules can apply all month to help you throughout the month to save money. You know, this week I put a special emphasis on stockpiling. I was never a huge stockpiler, nor did I ever really consider it, let's say, 20 years back, because when you think you live in a big metropolis like New York, you're convinced that nothing can happen here. Well, all of us know that that is absolutely not true. So tonight we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk specifically this evening about a couple of emergency type of meals for when you are really experiencing some skinny chicken times in a month, let's say like right now. This is why it's important to keep your pantry stocked and a stockpile going on. Okay, this one I came up with because it's actually something that I enjoy eating once in a while. And I'm not a huge bean person, but if you make yourself a bean salad with your favorite beans, for example, my favorite beans, go-to beans are garbanzo beans, chickpeas, okay? I like those, and I like cannellini beans. And if you add like a vinaigrette dressing and a little bit of chopped onion, a little bit of salt and pepper, and chop up some fresh cucumber with a little bit of dill weed on the side, you have a complete and very, very filling meal. You have the fresh element of the fresh cucumber, and you have your pantry item, which you might have already stocked away in the beans. Pick out your favorite beans. Use what you enjoy. This is a very inexpensive, easy to prepare in advance in the morning go-to meal. If you want, you could even add some chopped tomato to the, cucumber and have a garden salad with it. There's nothing like it. Another go-to meal, very, very inexpensive during this time of the week, of course, would be my favorite, actually, one of my favorites, and that would be egg salad, but added to it, add some bacon bits to it. That little pop of smokiness, that little pop of flavor. It doesn't even have to be actual chopped bacon. I mean, you could get those ones even in the Dollar Tree store. They're sort of like made out of a crispy, I think it's a soy-based thing. I'm not quite sure. For those that don't, eat meat, for example, or just don't want to have, to fork out the money for actual bacon, whatever. But if you do happen to have fresh bacon that you made at home, put a couple of slices on the side for future use that week, chop it up and add it to your egg salad, that little different pop of flavor. And if you want, you could add a little bit of fresh chopped onion and your little bit of mayo and possibly mustard to that. That is so very, very good. So you could do that. And on the side, you can make some air fried potatoes. You could take one potato, a simple potato, season it up, slice it up, air fry it if you wish, or better and easier still, prepared frozen French fries. Just throw a handful in your air fryer or your conventional oven if you don't have an air fryer. And that's it. You don't even need oil. You don't even need grease. Just bake it up, season it up to your liking. That with the egg and everything's very, very filling. You feel like you've eaten something. And that's really important during those difficult times, okay? The next one is this method I use all the time. You could either get frozen, I mentioned those frozen burgers several times, or your own frozen burgers made in advance and frozen, and or frozen chicken patties, for example, the kind that are in the supermarket already, the grocery store. The ones that are already done up, all you have to do is heat that up, put it on a nice hamburger bun or a soft roll or whatever bread you have. You don't have to be fussy. This is, after all, skinny chicken time of the month, and you are not impressing anyone but your own tummy or your family. Better to have these things than to not eat at all. Now I'm going to talk about a thing called better month next time tip. Okay, what do I want that? Well, let's be better prepared for the possibility of a skinny chicken week in advance. I try to emphasize this as much as possible in my beginning of the month shows, because if you go back to them, which they're always there. So if you ever need encouragement, no matter what day of the month, no matter what time of the month, no matter day or night, pull them up, get a little bit of encouragement and a little bit maybe of thought-provoking ideas to put into use. And this can happen to anybody. Just saying, just saying, just saying. We'll get into that on a later show this week. But the better month next time, put a little bit of extra emphasis on purchasing things that you know you're going to need for sure without fail towards the skinny chicken time of the month. For example, eggs are very inexpensive. I don't care how much, even if you spend $3 on a dozen eggs or $4, it's still much cheaper than a lot of other proteins because you're getting multiple use. You can use them in baking, you can use them as is, standalone, different meals, meal components. I mean, you get so much bang for your buck, and roughly an egg is, I would say, about 20 cents an egg if you do the math. If you really, really do the math, you can't get better than that. You really can't. So the bottom line is the better month next time deal is in the beginning of the month, when you're doing your first grocery haul, be sure to include an extra dozen eggs for the end of the month. Count, be a bean counter. I am sincerely, I make no bones or apologies about this. I am a bean counter. No, I do not sit down and count pinto beans, for example. No, I take an inventory for sure and for true, stock of what is going on in my freezer, stock of what is going on in my refrigerator, stock of what is going on in my pantry, and stock of what is going on in my stockpile. It is just such a mental relief to know that, heaven forbid, some sort of an interruption, financial interruption, or an interruption like an unforeseen natural disaster, or for whatever the reason, tunnels and bridges are closed. We don't know that could happen. It can happen. And truck deliveries may not be able to get into or out of your location. Isn't it nice to know that you are ready? This is why we take stockpiling more seriously. Really and truly, we will talk about that. Okay, so the frozen chicken and the frozen burgers, again, like I said, you can make your own, keep them. It actually saves you money, for example, those frozen chicken patties, for example. How? Bare bones time of the month. Suppose you ran out of breadcrumbs, right? And you wanted to make, let's say, like a chicken cutlet type thing. Don't have to worry about that because your chicken patty is already formulated. Just be sure to have your favorite buns on hand. Again, better time next month type thing. When you do your first haul in the beginning of the month, again, you anticipate that last week to 10 days of the month, or the times, between your check, between when your paycheck is like, it's like days away, but it feels like months away. We've all been there and done that. People live paycheck to paycheck. Many people still do. It's not embarrassing. It's real life. This is real life, and we're in the business of trying to make things better, right? There you go. We are empowered. So tonight I'm going to leave you with those tips, but please come back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for some further information on the bare bones skinny chicken time of the month. Let's get through this together. Have an amazing, fantastic evening. And I really do appreciate if you could share these videos with someone who may really actually put them to use besides you. I really appreciate every single one of you. Going to try to close the show. Ha, ha, ha. Let's see if I get it right this time. Have an amazing, fantastic evening. Let's go with this. Hang on. Bye-bye, everybody. Have an amazing night.